Jesus' mother is one huge topic. Again, for Christianity to shake, that means there have to be something wrong with the genesis of that specific thing. And in the Bible, the prophecy was like a Virgin Mary, right? But the word they used here for Mary wasn't a virgin. They used a word called Amma, meaning a young lady, which it didn't actually specify whether Mary was a virgin or this. It only said a young lady, which is Amma, right? Which means young lady. So if Mary was not, described as a virgin, what makes me believe that Jesus Christ is actually the Messiah we were expecting?
Yeah, they have two Hebrew words, Betura, then Alma. And Isaiah, for example, I think he used the Alma. Isaiah chapter 9, Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Verse 14, yeah. Therefore the Lord will give you a sign. Behold, Alma. That's the virgin or the young woman.
A young woman.
The young woman. In Hebrew, in those days, every young woman was considered as a virgin. In the Hebrew context, every young woman is assumed to be a virgin. That's the simplest answer I will give. Like today, if not, they have a specific word for virgin. That's Betura.
Betura.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The word is Betura. Okay. But the inspired author chose Alma. Like if not for today, like in Ghana, for instance, if you see any lady, everyone who is maybe a lady who is maybe 10 years or 12 years, we all assume that this person has to be a virgin. If not, maybe things have changed. So in the context of the Hebrews, that was also there. That system was there. That every young woman who is Alma was considered to be a virgin. So first of all, there's another reason why that word was chosen. Because all the prophecies that we have in the Old Testament, they had double reference. We call them double reference prophecies. The prophecy initially had its implication in the life of the prophet. Then it has another final implication. Is that okay? So this was a prophecy about King Ahaz. At that time, the Assyrians were, we call them the Syro-Ephraimite War. They wanted they were threatening Judah. And God said that the wife of Ahaz will give birth to children. To demonstrate to the king Ahaz that God is with him. So first of all, that word Alma was chosen because of the first reference of the prophecy, so that the prophecy will have its fulfillment in the life of King Ahaz, in reference to his wife, who is going to have that child. Then later, the final reference is what the New Testament authors also apply to Jesus. So specifically speaking, it was a double reference prophecy. That was why that word Alma was chosen. So that the prophecy will have its initial fulfillment in the life of King Ahaz, whereby his wife will give birth to those two kids. I think that's the longest name that we have in the Bible. It's mentioned in the book of Isaiah. Okay, so we have a specific Hebrew word which is the Betura, but the writer chose Alma so that the prophecy will have its first initial fulfillment in the life of Ahaz. Then later, with the final fulfillment in the life of Jesus through his mother Mary. That's when the New Testament authors use the specific Greek word for virgin in the book of Matthew.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll jump on
there's a whole. I admit there's a whole lot of controversies on that. I admit.
I know.
Yeah.
That is why I'm asking you all the ones.
I admit.
I think it's worrying people's mind. I mean, You see,
But you see, this is something that scholars have been debating on it. Yeah, in scholarship, is a debate. Why did the Isaiah use Betura instead Alma instead of what Betura? And the answer most theologians give is that most conservative theologians give is that that word was chosen so that the prophecy will have its first fulfillment in the life of King Ahaz. Because the prophecy was specifically about him. But the New Testament authors chose that one also as a reference to what Jesus Christ.